They may be majestic, but some horses have a dark side. Imagine an 1,100-pound animal with a kick force of up to 2,000 pounds per square inch, enough to shatter bones or dent metal. In the world of horses, dangerous can mean a fiery temperament, immense strength, stubborn training challenges, a history of aggressive incidents, or pure unpredictability. These breeds aren't evil, but without skilled handling, their power and spirit can become dangerous. From untamable wild stallions to highly strung hot-blooded horses, let's count down the 10 most dangerous horse breeds and discover what makes each one a beast to be respected. Human interaction with horses dates back thousands of years, a partnership that has shaped civilizations and enabled incredible feats. Horses have been companions in war, work, and leisure, admired for their beauty, speed, and strength. However, it is crucial to remember that behind the romantic image of the noble steed lies a large, powerful, and instinctive animal. Domestication has softened many of the wild instincts but has not completely eradicated them. Each breed, shaped by centuries of breeding for specific purposes, possesses a unique set of temperament and behavior characteristics. Some of these characteristics, while desirable in certain historical or sporting contexts, can present significant challenges for modern handling, especially in the hands of inexperienced or unprepared individuals. The brute force of a horse, even in a moment of play or fright, can have devastating consequences for a human. A simple misstep, an unexpected shove, or a sudden movement can result in serious injuries. The speed with which a horse can react to a stimulus, be it a loud noise, a sudden movement, or a sense of threat, is frightening. The fight or flight instinct is deeply ingrained in their prey nature, and when activated, it can transform a seemingly calm animal into an uncontrolled force of nature. This is not about malice on the horse's part, but rather the manifestation of primal survival instincts and the expression of their vast physical energy. Understanding these aspects is fundamental to addressing the issue of dangerousness in equine breeds. It is not inherent to the breed to be bad, but rather that certain breeds possess traits that, without proper handling, training, and respect, can lead to risky situations. The responsibility lies, to a large extent, with the handler, who must be able to read the horse's signals, anticipate its reactions, and establish clear and consistent communication based on trust and mutual respect. Lack of experience, impatience, the use of aggressive or inconsistent training methods can exacerbate challenging traits in any horse, but in breeds with stronger temperaments, greater sensitivity, or sharper instincts, the potential for danger increases exponentially. Therefore, when exploring the breeds listed below, it is important to view dangerousness not as a flaw in the animal, but as a reminder of the power they possess and the need for skill and knowledge on the part of the humans who interact with them. Each of these breeds, despite their challenges, also possesses admirable qualities that have made them legendary. Number 5. Arabian horse. One of the oldest and most famous breeds, the Arabian is a desert-bred marvel celebrated for its endurance and spirit. But with that noble heritage comes a fiery and sometimes difficult personality. Arabians are infamous for being hard to train and stubborn, often displaying fits of aggression when they don't get their way. Highly alert and sensitive, an Arabian can sense a timid rider a mile away and may test boundaries with rearing, pulling, or even a sudden kick or bite. They have what horse people call a hot-blooded nature, meaning they react quickly and intensely to stimuli. An inexperienced rider might find an Arabian spooking at a shadow or resisting commands with sheer willpower. However, their intelligence and loyalty are legendary for those who earn their respect. In capable hands, an Arabian's fire burns bright and controlled. In careless hands, that fire can become an uncontrollable blaze, making this breed one of the most dangerous for the unprepared. The Arabian horse is the foundation of many other hot-blooded breeds and is revered for its refined beauty, unmatched endurance, and spirited temperament. Bred in the harsh conditions of the Arabian Peninsula desert, they developed a remarkable ability to cover long distances with little water and food. This physical resilience is accompanied by mental toughness and a keen sensitivity to the environment. The hot-blooded nature of the Arabian does not refer to blood temperature, but rather to their high energy, sensitivity, and reactivity. They are always alert, processing information from the environment at a remarkable speed. This makes them excellent in sports that require agility and endurance, such as long-distance racing and endurance riding. However, this same sensitivity can be a disadvantage. An Arabian may overreact to stimuli that a cold-blooded horse would ignore. A sudden noise, an unexpected movement, or even a change in the atmosphere can trigger an intense reaction. For an inexperienced rider, This reactivity can be overwhelming and dangerous. The Arabian is known for testing its riders. They are intelligent enough to sense inexperience or lack of confidence and may use this to try to take control. Behaviors such as pulling on the lead, refusing to move, rearing, or even biting and kicking can be manifestations of this attempt to dominate or simply to express frustration. Training an Arabian requires patience, consistency, and a deep understanding of their psyche. They respond best to positive, trust-based training methods. The use of excessive force or punishment can make an Arabian resentful and prone to defending itself. Their loyalty, once earned, is deep, but earning it takes time and effort. They need to respect their handler as a fair and competent leader. The beauty and popularity of the Arabian can lead inexperienced people to acquire them without fully understanding the challenges they may present. An Arabian in inexperienced hands can become a dangerous horse, prone to accidents and difficult to control. In experienced hands, however, they are incredibly capable and rewarding partners, channeling their energy and intelligence into performance. The fire of the Arabian is what makes it special, but this fire requires a skilled handler to be safely managed. Number 4. English Thoroughbred. Thoroughbreds are the supreme athletes of the equine world, lightning-fast racehorses bred for breathtaking speed and competition. Along with that speed comes a hot-blooded sensitivity and quick, impulsive reactions. These horses live for the thrill of the race, meaning they are highly strung, excitable, and prone to panic or aggression if handled incorrectly. A thoroughbred can go from calm to bolt in a split second, and their flight instinct is so powerful that jockeys and trainers must always be on guard. Bred to compete, they naturally have a more aggressive nature towards other horses and sometimes humans. Dominance is in their DNA. Horse racing history is filled with tales of jockeys unseated or trampled when a thoroughbred spooks or refuses a jump. Even on the ground, a frustrated thoroughbred might bite or strike. In experienced hands, they are world-class champions. At the wrong moment, a panicked thoroughbred becomes an 1,100-pound missile with a mind of its own, making this breed extremely dangerous for anyone not prepared to hang on for dear life. The English Thoroughbred is the fastest breed in the world, selectively bred for centuries for speed and athletic performance. Their lineage traces back to 3 Arabian foundation stallions, which explains their hot-blooded nature and sensitivity. The life of a race thoroughbred is intense, focused on rigorous training and high-energy competition. They are conditioned to react quickly to stimuli, such as the starting bell or the jockey's command. This reactivity, combined with their immense strength and speed, is what makes them dangerous outside the track, especially for those not accustomed to handling high-energy horses. The transition from racing life to a different career, such as a leisure or jumping horse, can be challenging. They need time and training to adapt to a slower pace of life and different expectations. The energy that propelled them on the track is still present and needs to be channeled constructively. Thoroughbreds are prone to anxiety and stress, especially in new or noisy environments. Their flight instinct is incredibly strong. If they feel they are in danger, they will run first and ask questions later. A panicked thoroughbred can run aimlessly, colliding with obstacles or people in its path. Aggression in thoroughbreds, while not universal, can manifest as biting, kicking, or attempts to dominate. This is often a result of frustration, fear, or an attempt to establish hierarchy. In a racing environment, where competition is intense, they can develop a more aggressive attitude towards other horses. This aggression can sometimes be directed at humans, especially if the horse associates humans with negative or stressful experiences. Handling a thoroughbred requires an experienced, patient handler capable of providing a calm and consistent environment. Training should focus on building trust and channeling their energy positively. Desensitization to frightening stimuli is crucial. While many thoroughbreds become excellent leisure horses after retiring from racing, it is essential to remember their breeding and temperament. They are not horses for beginners and require a rider who can match their energy and sensitivity with calmness, confidence, and skill. A thoroughbred, with its speed and strength, can become a dangerous force if not handled with the respect and expertise that its nature demands. Number 3. Mustang. The Mustang is more than a breed. It's a symbol of the untamed American Old West. These horses are descended from once domesticated mounts that returned to the wild, and over the centuries, they've become tough, smart, and fiercely independent. Mustangs live by their own rules on the open range, so when humans approach, their instinct is often to fight or flee. In fact, Mustangs in the wild are known to be especially aggressive towards humans who get too close. They will charge, kick, or maul humans who try to approach their herds, defending their territory with brute ferocity. Even after capture, a Mustang is not easily tamed. It takes long, patient training to earn their trust. Without it, a Mustang might respond to a sudden movement with a lightning-fast kick or try to bolt through any barrier. Protected in U.S. national parks today, they roam free and remind us that not all horses take kindly to a halter. A Mustang's wild spirit is its glory, but for those who underestimate it, this horse can quickly become a whirlwind of danger with flying hooves and an unbreakable will. The Mustang is not technically a breed in the traditional sense, but rather a population of wild horses living in North America. They are descended from horses brought to the Americas by the Spanish that escaped or were released. Over hundreds of years, they adapted to life in the wild, developing remarkable resilience and sharp survival instincts. Life in the wild is unforgiving, and Mustangs have learned to be cautious, wary, and when necessary, aggressive to protect themselves and their herds. Their interaction with predators and other wild horses has made them resilient and capable of defending themselves. This same resilience and survival instinct are what make them challenging to tame. A captured Mustang does not have the history of domestication that traditional breeds possess. They view humans as predators or threats, and their initial reaction is usually fear and aggression. The process of taming a Mustang is long and requires a great deal of patience, skill, and understanding of equine behavior. Training methods that work with domesticated horses may not be effective or safe with a Mustang. It requires building trust slowly, respecting the horse's space, and allowing it to become accustomed to human presence on its own terms. A Mustang's resistance to handling can manifest as refusal to be touched, to wear a halter, to be ridden, or to enter confined spaces. They may fight fiercely against any attempt to restrain them. Kicking, biting, and attempts to escape are common. The strength and agility of a wild Mustang are remarkable, and trying to force a Mustang to do something before it is ready can lead to dangerous situations for both the handler and the horse. The beauty and symbolism of the Mustang attract many people, but it is fundamental to understand that taming a Mustang is a serious undertaking that requires experience and dedication. For those who are able to earn a Mustang's trust, the reward is an incredibly resilient and loyal partner. But for those who underestimate the wild spirit and survival instincts of a Mustang, the encounter can be dangerous and frustrating. The Mustang is a powerful reminder that wild nature, even in an animal we have domesticated, is never entirely absent. Number 2. Brumby. Roaming the rugged outback of Australia, the Brumby is another wild horse with a fierce streak. Brumbies are descended from domestic horses brought to Australia in the 18th century that escaped or were released, and generations of wild living have given them a wary distrust of humans. Ranchers often consider Brumbies an invasive species, driving them to remote areas away from farms. This history has bred distrust and fear in Brumby herds, leading to aggression when they encounter people. Approach a Brumby and you might be met with pinned ears, a quick kick, or a flash of disappearing tail as the herd bolts. In drought-stricken areas, Brumbies are known to fiercely guard waterholes, attacking intruders, human or animal, who threaten their survival resources. Their tough, wild nature means they don't respond to the usual coaxing that works on a domestic horse. Taming a Brumby takes exceptional skill, and even then, their wild instincts are just below the surface, ready to erupt if they feel cornered or threatened. In the Australian outback, the Brumby's reputation as an outlaw isn't just legend, it's reality. Like Mustangs, Brumbies are not a breed in the formal sense, but rather populations of wild horses that have adapted to Australia's unique and often harsh environment. Their history is similar to that of Mustangs, descending from domestic horses that became wild. The Australian environment, with its vast open spaces, unpredictable climate, and scarce resources at certain times, has shaped Brumbies into incredibly resilient and cunning animals. They have learned to find food and water in difficult conditions and to protect themselves from predators and the environment. Interaction with humans has often been negative for Brumbies. Seen as pests by many ranchers and authorities, they have been hunted and controlled in various ways throughout history. This persecution has created a deep distrust of humans. A wild Brumby will rarely allow a human to approach, and its first reaction will always be flight. If flight is not possible, or if they feel their foals or other herd members are threatened, they may defend themselves aggressively. The defense of vital resources, such as waterholes during drought, is a clear example of their fierce nature. A Brumby desperate for water will not hesitate to use force to drive away anything that prevents it from accessing that resource. The process of taming a Brumby is even more challenging than taming a Mustang, partly due to their history of persecution and their adaptation to a particularly difficult environment. They are incredibly tough both physically and mentally. Training requires extreme patience, a deep understanding of wild equine behavior, and the ability to work with an animal that is intrinsically distrustful of humans. Forcing a Brumby into submission is dangerous and likely ineffective. Success comes from building a relationship based on patience, consistency, and small steps, allowing the horse to make its own decisions to trust. The beauty and resilience of the Brumby are undeniable, and there are efforts to protect some populations. However, it is vital to recognize that a wild Brumby is a dangerous animal. Their strength, speed, and survival instincts, combined with a deep distrust of humans, make them a significant challenge for anyone attempting to interact with them without the necessary skill and respect. The Brumby is a testament to the adaptability and survival capacity of horses, but also a reminder that wild nature demands respect and distance. Number 1. Przewalski's horse. Meet the Przewalski's horse, the only truly wild horse species left on Earth and arguably the most dangerous horse breed of all. Native to the Mongolian steppes, this stocky, dun-color horse has never been fully domesticated. Genetically distinct from modern horses, the Przewalski's horse retains the instincts of a wild creature, untouched by centuries of human breeding. They live in small herds, avoiding human contact. If you get too close, expect pinned ears, bared teeth, and a swift charge or retreat. They are not accustomed to human interaction, making them especially aggressive if approached. In zoos and reintroduction reserves, handlers keep a healthy distance, as even captive-born Przewalski's horses can unpredictably charge. This horse will bite, kick, or charge first and never ask questions, because survival in the wild demands nothing less. Weighing 700 pounds of muscle and instinct, a Przewalski's horse can fight off wolves and wouldn't hesitate to treat a human as a threat. Its dangerous reputation isn't due to malice. It's pure wild instinct. As the last wild horse, the Przewalski's horse reminds us what true untamed nature looks like and why some creatures are best admired from afar. The Przewalski's horse, also known as Taki in Mongolia, is a living fossil, the last remnant of horse lineages that were never domesticated. Its appearance is distinct from domestic horses, with a more compact and robust build, an upright mane that does not fall to the sides, and a generally dun coloration with darker legs and a dorsal stripe. Its wild nature is what fundamentally differentiates it from the other breeds mentioned. While Mustangs and Brumbies are domestic horses that return to the wild, the Przewalski's horse never went through the process of domestication. This means that its instincts and behaviors are purely those of a wild animal, shaped by natural selection for survival in harsh environments. They do not have the genetic predisposition for cooperation with humans that domestication instilled in other breeds. Human interaction is seen as a direct threat. Their response to an approaching human is the same as it would be to a predator. Assess the situation and, if necessary, fight or flee with full force. Aggression in a Przewalski's horse is not a sign of bad temper or improper training. It is an instinctive self-preservation response. They were not bred to be ridden, worked, or interact peacefully with humans. They were bred by nature to survive. In captivity, even with careful handling, they maintain a level of unpredictability and wariness towards humans. Handlers in zoos and reintroduction programs use handling techniques that minimize direct contact and respect the animal's wild nature. Attempting to tame a Przewalski's horse in the traditional sense would be extremely difficult and dangerous. Their strength, agility, and determination to defend themselves are formidable. They use their teeth and hooves effectively to protect themselves. The bite of a wild horse can cause serious injuries, and a kick from such a strong animal can be lethal. The Przewalski's horse serves as a powerful reminder of the difference between a domesticated animal and a truly wild animal. While domestic horses, even those with challenging temperaments, have a history of coexistence with humans that has shaped their behavior, the Przewalski's horse does not have this history. It is a product of millions of years of wild evolution. To admire the Przewalski's horse is to admire nature in its purest, most untamed state. And this admiration is best done from a safe distance, respecting its wild nature and recognizing that its dangerousness is simply the manifestation of its unaltered survival instincts. They are not dangerous by choice, but by nature, a legacy of a wild past that still lives on. This concludes our exploration into the 10 most dangerous horse breeds. Which one surprised you the most? And if you had to ride one, which would you dare to saddle up? The strength, intelligence, and instincts of a horse are aspects that deserve our respect. While domestication has allowed us to form incredible partnerships with these animals, it is fundamental to remember that they retain the power and, in some cases, the instincts of their wild ancestors. The dangerousness of a breed is often a reflection of its history, its breeding, and, crucially, the skill and knowledge of the person handling it. Horses are not machines. They are sentient beings with personalities, fears, and instincts. Understanding and respecting these aspects is key to safe and rewarding interaction. The breeds mentioned here, with their strong temperaments, high energy, or wild instincts, require a level of expertise and confidence that is not suitable for everyone. For the experienced rider or handler, these horses can be incredible partners, capable of remarkable feats. For the inexperienced, they can present significant and potentially dangerous challenges. The beauty and majesty of the horse are undeniable, but this admiration must be accompanied by a deep respect for the power they possess. The equine world is vast and diverse, offering a breed for almost every level of experience and interest. The choice of a horse should be made carefully, considering not only appearance or reputation, but above all, the temperament of the breed and the individual's own handling capacity. Safety should always be the top priority when interacting with any horse, regardless of breed. Learning to read the horse's signals, understanding its behavior, and building a relationship based on trust and mutual respect are essential steps to ensure that the equine experience is positive and safe for both human and animal. The horse, in all its glory and power, is an animal that demands our understanding and our respect. The stories of these dangerous breeds are not a warning to fear all horses, but a reminder of the importance of knowledge, skill, and respect when dealing with such magnificent and powerful creatures. May this reflection inspire us to approach interaction with horses with the humility and wisdom they deserve.